first chapter of the Gospel of Mark. It was at this time that Jesus came from Nazareth in Galilee and was baptized in the Jordan by John. No sooner had he come up out of the water than he saw the heavens torn apart and the Spirit like a dove descending on him. And a voice came from heaven, "You are my Son, the Beloved. My favor rests on you." This is what Jesus experiences at his baptism. The heavens open. They see the Holy Spirit descend upon him in the form of a dove and hear the words of God the Father. "You are my Son, my Beloved. My favor rests on you." Or another translation might be, "In whom I delight." So these words of God the Father spoken over Jesus at his baptism are really and truly spoken over us as well at our baptism. Because the sacrament, as the waters flow over our head at baptism, the heavens open. The Holy Spirit descends into the depths of our soul, christening us, making us like unto Christ. And God the Father, from that moment on, in a sense, looks into the depths of our soul and sees that mark of glory, that mark of belonging that the Holy Spirit has left in us. And all he can see, in a certain sense, is his Son Jesus, this striking image of Christ, that we are Christians. We are christened. Baptism, in other words, is christened, made like unto Christ. And so he declares over you and me at our baptism, "You are my son, you're my daughter, my beloved, in whom I delight." This then should become our fundamental identity. Because, our family have given us the name. Okay, so your parents gave you the name Brian. Okay, and the church, in its minister, the priest that baptized you, ratified that name before God. "Brian, I baptize you in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit." And at that moment, as the water drips off your head, God the Father says, "Brian, you are my beloved Son, in whom I delight." Your identity from your family and your identity within the family of God, known personally by the God who runs the universe. And not just known, but claimed as a son in his one Son, Jesus. Claimed as a daughter in his one Son, Jesus. This is a fundamental identity. And I think if people really take on board the gift that they receive in baptism and begin to live knowing, the whole world might hate me, but I am a beloved child of God, and he delights in me. He might not always delight in what I do, but he delights in who I am. And this is fundamental. If we understand this, we live differently, because we hold our heads up high, saying, yeah, it's crazy out there, but my Father runs the universe. I can trust him to run my life, or my parish, or my community, or my family's woes, whatever it might be. He runs the universe, and I am his child, and he delights in me. I'm his beloved. Because, our faith is really about our relationship in love with God, who is passionately in love with us. This is what St. John says in his letter, it's not our love for God, but God love for us. God loved us first. So this is a beautiful reality in baptism, that we are united with Christ in baptism, and we become co-heirs with him. That means what is his is ours, and he gives us that which is most precious to him. Of all of the things that are precious to Jesus, the thing he glories in most is that he is a son of the Father. And we get to share in that reality. By grace. He by nature, we by grace, by baptism. We share in that reality.
If you liked what you just saw and would like to see the full interview, click on the Watch More box above, or else click on the link in the description box below. Make sure to also click on the subscribe button above so as to receive more regular content. Thank you.